Did you know?
Welcome to the Did You Know YouTube channel. We will give a little history and some interesting facts about Port Royal in Jamaica. Pirates. In the 17th century, Port Royal was the headquarters of the numerous swashbuckling scoundrels that plundered the high seas. Of the more famous pirates to be associated with Port Royal are Sir Henry Morgan, Calico Jack, and Blackbeard Teach. The Spanish first landed in Jamaica in 1494 under the leadership of Christopher Columbus, leading to the destruction of the Taino population. Permanent settlement occurred when Juan de Esquivel brought a group of settlers in 1509. They came in search of new lands and valuable resources, like gold and silver. Instead, they began to cultivate and process the sugarcane. Much like the Taino before them, the Spanish did not appear to have much use for the Port Royal area. They did, however, retain its Taino name. Spain kept control of Jamaica mostly so that it could prevent other countries from gaining access to the island, which was strategically situated within the trade routes of the Caribbean. Spain maintained control over the island for 146 years, until the English took control following their invasion of 1655. Port Royal provided a safe harbor initially for privateers and subsequently for pirates, plying the shipping lanes to and from Spain and Panama. Buccaneers found Port Royal appealing for several reasons. Its proximity to trade routes allowed them easy access to prey, but the most important advantage was the port's proximity to several of the only safe passages or straits giving access to the Spanish Main from the Atlantic. The harbor was large enough to accommodate their ships and provided a place to careen and repair these vessels. It was also ideally situated for launching raids on Spanish settlements. From Port Royal, Christopher Myngs sacked Campeche and Henry Morgan attacked Panama, Portobello, and Maracaibo. Additionally, buccaneers Roche Brasiliano, John Davis and Edward Mansvelt used Port Royal as a base of operations. Since the English lacked sufficient troops to prevent either the Spanish or French from seizing it, the Jamaican governors eventually turned to the pirates to defend the city. By the 1660s the city had, for some, become a pirate utopia and had gained a reputation as the Sodom of the New World, where most residents were pirates, cutthroats, or prostitutes. When Charles Leslie wrote his History of Jamaica, he included a description of the pirates of Port Royal. Wine and women drained their wealth to such a degree that some of them became reduced to beggary. They have been known to spend 2,000 or 3,000 pieces of 8 in one night, and one gave a strumpet 500 to see her naked. They used to buy a pipe of wine, place it in the street, and oblige everyone that passed to drink. The taverns of Port Royal were known for their excessive consumption of alcohol, such that records even exist of the wild animals of the area partaking in the debauchery. During a passing visit, famous Dutch explorer Jan van Riebeeck is said to have described the scenes. The parrots of Port Royal gather to drink from the large stocks of ale with just as much alacrity as the drunks that frequent the taverns that serve it. On June 7, 1692, Port Royal, Jamaica, the pirate haven that had been hailed the wickedest city on earth, was engulfed in a tidal wave. It was a city so overrun with liquor, slavers, and prostitution that 1 in every 4 buildings was either a bar or a brothel. On June 7, 1692, a devastating earthquake hit the city causing most of its northern section to be lost, and with it many of the town's houses and other buildings. Many of the forts were destroyed, as well. Fort Charles survived, but Forts James and Carlisle sank into the sea. Fort Rupert became a large region of water, and great damage was done to an area known as Morgan's Line. Although the earthquake hit the entire island of Jamaica, the citizens of Port Royal were at a greater risk of death due to the perilous sand, falling buildings, and the tsunami that followed. Though the local authorities tried to remove or sink all of the corpses from the water, they were unsuccessful. Some simply got away from them, while others were trapped in places that were inaccessible. Improper housing, a lack of medicine or clean water, and the fact that most of the survivors were homeless led to many people dying of malignant fevers. 17. The earthquake and tsunami killed between 1,000 and 3,000 people combined, nearly half the city's population. Disease ran rampant in the next several months, claiming an estimated 2,000 additional lives. The historical Jamaica earthquake of June 7, 1692 can be dated closely not only by date, but by time of day as well. This is documented by recovery from the seafloor in the 1960s of a pocket watch stopped at 11:43 a.m., recording the time of the devastating earthquake. Almost immediately the houses and fortifications were rebuilt on what by then was an island separated from the rest of the Palisades, but in 1703 a fire destroyed the entire town, which had been rebuilt mainly of wood. Hurricanes in 1712, 1722, and 1726 ensured that Port Royal would never again rise to its former glory, as all the merchants shifted across the harbor to settle in Kingston, a less healthy, but safer site than Port Royal. However, Port Royal did not decline entirely, as in the 18th century, it enjoyed renewed fame as a British naval station. Among those associated with it were the illustrious Horatio Nelson and the hard-fighting admirals Benbow W., Vernon, and Rodney. After the Napoleonic Wars, Port Royal declined in importance. The naval dockyard was closed in 1905 and moved to Canada. The 1907 earthquake damaged the town while the garrison left in the 1950s. Hurricane Charlie of 1951 swept over Port Royal, leaving only a few buildings of its historic past. Today, with the warships and the soldiers gone, Port Royal has become a quiet fishing village, but it is one of the most important historical and archaeological sites in Jamaica. Let it never be forgotten that for over 200 years, Port Royal was England's biggest naval base in the Caribbean, so strong and powerful that no enemy dared attack it. Giddy House. This lopsided building is called the Giddy House. It was built in 1888 and was the old Royal Artillery store for the Victoria Battery. The earthquake of 1907 shifted it to its present 45-degree angle. On entering the building, people often feel a strange sensation of being giddy or off balance, caused by the building's tilt, hence its name, the Giddy House. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and stay tuned for more Did You Know facts.